my card. If anybody wants one, so that's fine. But just send me, when you get to a computer, just send the information. People that ask there, that it's not on here. There's a lot of different things going on. So.
Well, I think with the group here, we would like to. Would you be able to contact the Mexican consulate right now?
No, because I've got to talk. I can't. I've got to talk to my boss. I've got to talk to him, and I've got to have an internal conversation before I can do anything. So I've got to talk to him. Okay. So I really can't. But I'll talk to him. I'll have a conversation as soon as we're done here, and then we can talk more. But yeah, the way it works internally is we have discussions before the proceed. So he's got to make a decision whether he wants you to go at least try to call Congressman Chaffee's office. I got to decide the conversations. It's just the way it goes. So I don't have the ability to just engage right now.
Everybody? Yeah, is everybody coming?
Well, so we're going to wait until you call your boss, and the reason for that is she's set to be deported at 4 a.m., and it's currently 2 p.m.,
Sure.
And so it's not like we really have the luxury of waiting.
Sure.
And so we do have a Mexican consulate who's already investigating and who's willing to be in communication, so we're willing to
So if you give me, like I say, I need to have that information, and I'll see what I can do.
Right here, where would you like, where can I write it down?
Just write you can write on the back of this. Now, let me ask, the question I wanted to ask was, so she was out, they didn't detain her, and then she was detained after the sheriff came?
At the county jail.
And so what changed with ICE after that situation, do we know?
Securities, I would say. We don't have that detailed information on how that happened. But all I know is that when she was in custody at the county jail, that ICE put a hold on her, and then they had 48 hours to pick her up.
Now,
my assumption, just because I don't know if you're familiar with a program called Secure Communities. Basically, it's the local sheriff's office or the county jail works with immigration. They send when the fingerprints are put in, they send that information around the database, and if ICE sees that person is undocumented, then it's like a communication between the two departments, between two offices, and then they put a hold on the individual. So
now, if I'm not, is ICE calling the Social Security fraud thing, that's a felony, right? It
was a misdemeanor in the criminal courts, but under the INA, one of them, the fraud, is an aggravated felony. Okay. And yes, that's the one that's
is that the one they're saying that's the deportation?
And that's why they're moving so fast on her case.
Right.
But honestly, she.
And I appreciate all the mitigating circumstances, but how, in terms of when I was talking about we can make inquiries, but we can't stop people from saying, So that's a hurdle. I mean, how do you want me to sort of overcome the fact that they're saying it's a felony?
Well, it's a non-violent crime that she committed. And also, Sorry,
That's okay. And I'm sorry, if anybody needs waters or anything, Rob, we can...
Yeah, anybody thirsty?
We can get some waters for people. I think there's a fountain. Is there a fountain out there too?
I was told that ICE could grant her a state of deportation, and the way that was explained to me was basically that ICE, they do have the authority to stop her deportation. They could, with the state of deportation, they would basically be giving her a chance to be able to not only stay here, but to work out her charges and also let her have the opportunity to try and apply for DACA. You know, do that GED program and apply for DACA. So right now,
Now,
from
who
what I
told
was
you that?
told, I was told by an attorney.
Okay.
So.
So what I'll do is I'll see if I can get a hold of my boss who's out and about right now. But I also need you, whoever wants to make an inquiry with Congressman Chaffetz.
We're just not
right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that right now.
All right, work on that and sit tight. Is there a water fountain out there?
I think there is, I'm not positive.
Do you mind? I have one question.
Sure.
You said that you feel like there's an impasse from your end in terms of like if ICE has considered a felony.
Well, I was just asking about that, and that might be what I was trying to get at is a congressional office on any kind of casework, and this would be immigration casework or any kind. We don't have the ability to tell people don't do what they're doing. Usually what we can do is make inquiries about where things are in the process. If we make inquiries on behalf of people, sometimes it's, you know, if there's a hearing or some sort of, you know, whether it's Social Security, whatever it is, people sometimes hearings get sped up, but they don't. But it's mostly procedural stuff is what we're capable of engaging in.
So what's our recourse? Because we just come to representatives because we feel like that's the route that we have. So
Right.
if we feel like ICE is violating policy right now by making somebody be, you know, mentally destabilized by throwing him in solitary confinement and then having them sign a voluntary deportation without actually knowing what they're signing,
Right.
and this is happening, and so clearly they're not following some kind of protocol. What's our recourse to halt this long enough to actually give her
unless you get
Harris
an attorney
justice?
that, you know, sort of get some injunction, I guess. I mean, that's the one thing, I guess, that there's probably legal recourse. I'm not an attorney, so I really don't know. I just know what we can do and not do, and we don't have the ability to go in and say stop a process. We can make inquiries, and there's even procedures, by the way, that there's sort of the rules of engagement is they can take, it's not something that happens overnight necessarily. You know, they can demand a formal letter, all kinds of stuff like that in general. So I think I don't know what your recourse is for something that's happening within the next 12 hours or so or whatever it is. But I do think it's some sort of legal action coming before a judge, I guess. I really don't know for sure. I don't know. I just don't know. And I wish I could give you better information, but it's not what my expertise is. So.
And maybe the attorney is working on it?
There are attorneys who are looking into see what they can do. She does not have an official representation yet.
Mm-hmm. She probably.
But
I would think that was important to get that quick, right?
Yeah, we're trying, and just because of the difficulty of her case, it's just been hard to get one who would represent her. But we are trying to do that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And I'm just suggesting that you may put as much energy as you can on that, because I think in terms of a time-sensitive thing, that might have a better chance of success than what we're capable of doing, if we can do anything. So I'm just throwing that out. That's what I'm saying. Let me work on Congressman Chaffetz. Give him a call, please, his office, and see what's going on, and see if you can get with people on the phone or have someone go down there and talk to them, and I'll see if I can get some people on the phone. Sit tight, like I say. Get some water. We've got glasses and cups if you prefer that.
Just let me know.
Let anybody know.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.